Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to our Riverdale reactions. We just saw Chapter 4, I don't know what they're called, but what did you guys think?
This one was significantly better than the preceding 3.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
Yes, there were moments of humanity and quality that I really liked. Sorry, my phone just decided to try and commit suicide over the edge of the ottoman.
It clearly did not like the episode.
Well, my phone just got a new operating system. It'll grow into it. Grow out of its phase. But yeah, Roxy, any thoughts?
I mean, I'm all caught up on every single episode that happens thus far, so I know what's gonna happen. And they're all sitting here and going, gee, I wonder who the killer is. Gee, I wonder what's gonna happen with this guy. And I'm sitting there like,
I'm gonna say right now, I personally hope the killer is Betty's mother so she can get the fucking death penalty. Cause, oh my god.
If there were an award for bad parenting.
Yeah.
he has a lot of pipe dreams, let's just put it that way.
Well, I can cross one off the suspect list now. But yeah, no, this is the episode that, let's see, that Mrs. Cooper decided to go full Maleficent. I mean...
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah,
I mean, we've had to deal with her mommy dearest shit before, but now, to satisfy this vendetta, she, like, snoops into her daughter's room, looks at her diary, and we'll get to this shit in a bit, but, or maybe we won't, I don't know. And then decides to try and destroy the career of the...
Music teacher.
Yes, thank you. The music teacher just to get at Archie. And...
Well, she wants to get at Archie because Betty is spending time with Archie and Veronica, which her mother specifically forbade because teenagers listen so well.
Seriously. It's like, your son sneaks out. I see your son sneaking out. It's like, yeah.
Gosh, Alice, are you spying on us? And that's beside the point.
Teenagers are expected to do that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like they're
and he's already told
teenagers.
us. He's aware of that.
Yeah, like, and I do love how she didn't have a response to the "Are you spying on us?" Because, you know, she doesn't. She's a reprehensible piece of shit. And
No longer, and no wonder she was bothering Archie, but she was also bothering Archie's dad.
yeah, it's like, this is obsessive, and I think they try to humanize her in the end of like, you know, oh, she's just doing it because she's projecting all the bad stuff that happened to Polly on Betty, but no, what you're doing is awful. Like, there's no coming back from this, ever. Am I wrong? Am I crazy?
No, you've got the right of it. Like, she's definitely got worst parent of the season award.
Yeah.
Although I have to admit the Blossoms are fairly high on the list for their apathetic treatment toward their son.
Fair enough. And something that I totally forgot, Bradley will not be joining us for this one and possibly a few subsequent ones, partially because he's very under the weather, but mostly because he just doesn't want to subject himself to Riverdale. So,
Understandably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey Bradley, want to join us?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
That was a big fat no.
They go on a spaceship. I know you like spaceships.
Nope. Too much bullshit.
That's the way you know that you found a best friend, is if not how much you like each other, but how much you can find each other's triggers.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So, speaking...
Although,
yeah?
Yeah, so that does seem to segue into the best friends relationship going on in this episode. Since Betty actually does confront Archie about his affair with his music teacher.
Yeah, which, I mean, is legit. I mean, I wish she could have, like, done it in a more private place than the diner parking lot.
After she left her strawberry shake just sitting there.
Yeah.
It was so full, and it had so much whipped cream, and it looked so glorious.
Oh, man.
And she just left it sitting there on the counter, like, honey, he walked in with his dad and his music teacher. He's not going anywhere anytime soon.
Criminal waste of a good shake.
You should just finish what you started before starting something else.
Or at
AKA being a creepy stalker psycho person.
Jesus Christ, yeah. Crazy really does run in this family.
Although, to be fair, this is, I think, the first episode where we've seen the kids act better than the adults.
I guess, that's fair.
Than most, yeah.
Than most.
Mm-hmm. Like, Archie's father has been cool this time. We actually get to see the, like, Betty's gay best friend interact with his dad, the sheriff.
Kevin.
Yes.
Yes. And it's a good relationship.
Yeah, that one's a nice, healthy relationship.
Yeah.
And he's got characterization other than, oh my god, shoes.
Yeah,
Which,
And he meets Joaquin.
oh god, yes, best twist ever.
Which is what he said.
Yes, so they're at this drive-in movie, which is a whole nother story, and they what's the gay best friend's name?
Kevin.
Okay, Kevin and Veronica mouth off to some, like, gangsters who are talking during the movie, which, by the way, I'm sure Veronica was probably going for badass, but in the real world, there is no way she would have walked out of that theater alive after physically threatening a biker gang. But no. Kevin goes up, he's, like, getting refreshments, turns around, there's a Southside snake.
Serpent.
Serpent, okay.
Southside Serpent.
Southside
Southside
Serpent.
Serpent.
Joaquin. Was like, turning around, was like, yeah, not so tough without your beard now. A few scenes later, they are against the fence making out. Yeah. It is amazing. Oh.
Apparently he didn't see that coming, but there was a pretty heated, like, eye contact thing going on earlier.
You know, the line between love and murder in the eyes is surprisingly vague.
I mean, this is a CW show.
Oh, okay.
I will leave it at that.
That's fair. We know all the looks that Sam and Dean give each other and how brotherly they really are. Really? No one? Just me?
Okay.
To be fair, I stopped at, like, season 3 or 4.
I'm still watching.
I've only done season 2, through season 2, but...
I mean, if you're going to talk about pairings in that show, it's Dean and Cass.
Absolutely.
I haven't gotten to Cass yet.
Absolutely.
Well, then, Wincest will have to be put on the back burner.
Fair enough.
Anyways, we're getting way off track.
But we digress.
Yeah. Speaking of the cest, who was worse this episode? Mrs. Cooper or fucking Cheryl Blossom?
Definitely Mrs. Cooper.
Yeah.
Because Cheryl's already established that she's kind of a bitch, and
Yeah.
will go to any extremes to prove that.
Yeah, and then for some reason gets up into their car while they're in the drive-in movie and just like, I'll take that seat. It's like, no!
Yeah, this is Veronica and Kevin, by the way,
Yeah.
in the back of a pickup.
They just let her into their little...
Cozy bubble.
Yeah.
Under the blanket. So they're all sitting there like 3 people. There's like Kevin, Veronica, and Cheryl. And they're all under the same blanket. And then Kevin gets up to go get more concessions. And Cheryl just hands him her soda and says, cherry pop like always.
It's like, oh, is that what happened? I thought Veronica was like, hey, Cheryl, get refills. She's like, oh, hey, Kevin, get refills. It's like,
They definitely did that, yeah.
hey, Cheryl, get the fuck out of the car. We didn't say you could come in here. Like, why do people let... Oh, fucking hell. It's because Veronica is under her as a cheer captain. Oh, god damn it. And if you mouth off, then you get kicked off or something. I don't fuck... Is this what high school was like, people? Like,
No.
I know there are... Yeah, okay. I went to a performing arts high school, so I had a very different experience. There were no sports teams, there were no cheerleaders. Though, to be fair, I would have loved a cheer routine based on West Side Story. That would have been awesome to open the theater with that. But is this how... So this isn't how it is. This is like... There's... People can tell each other no, right?
There might just be something in the teenage brain that prevents that nowadays.
Okay. But I get the feeling we're touching some very tender topics, but I can't be sure.
Moving on.
Yeah, but...
I'm really curious about why they're going with a red theme for Cheryl. Because, like, she's wearing a red jacket of some kind, she's eating red vines or Twizzlers, whatever, and asks for cherry pop. Mm-hmm. So they're really going for a red theme with her, and I don't know why.
Maybe if we're lucky, later she'll get a red wedding.
There's
Moving
the door.
on.
But yes, Cheryl Blossom likes red. Why? Let's see. Her entire family is a family of redheads, so it kind of makes sense. It doesn't really. There's no, I feel like there's no underlying deeper meaning to that. It's just, they're redheads. You'll see, we'll see more of her parents later on, and we'll get to see more of their wardrobe, like kind of juxtaposed to her wardrobe.
Do you think their wardrobes were made of redwood trees?
Trees play into it, but for a different reason. Moving on.
Okay. Or cherry blossoms.
Please get out.
I can actually feel the disgust emanating off of Roxy. The contempt.
Anyway.
I'm sorry if I'm
moving on with our lives.
Down the red brick road.
This one was a very Jughead heavy episode.
Yes, this was the Jughead episode. Which, I think someone in the commenters said, oh, wait till you get to the Jughead episode, which, if this was the Jughead episode, not bad.
Mm-hmm. So this is where we find out...
Watching.
Yeah. This is where we've got Jughead on a crusade to save the drive-in movie theater, which we've learned is because he lives there.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to live with his dad. Because we find out his dad
is a Southside Serpent, if not a leader thereof.
Southside Serpent. Yeah, that was actually a pretty good twist too. Again, another of these very human moments, and I have to wonder if he says his sister's name was Jellybean. I have to wonder if that's her legal name. Or
the same way his is Jughead? No.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I have to wonder.
They're probably both nicknames of sorts.
I believe it. I just had to make sure, because this series has done a lot of stupid so far. I just want to make sure I'm angry at the right kind of stupid.
I believe it is actually Jellybean is Jughead's sister in the comics as well.
It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Does she appear in any episodes other than this one, or is she just kind of a background?
Just kind of a background character. She hasn't appeared yet.
Fair enough. At first, I wasn't a fan of the save the drive-in plot because Jughead was acting like kind of a pretentious ass about it. Or, no, he was just being pretentious. It's like something in his dialogue was just like, oh my god, I'm back in Santa Cruz again.
Cinephiles and car enthusiasts love it. People with a sense of class love it.
Oh.
And he was asking his friends what films that they should show, or the film for the closing night of this drive-in. Mm-hmm. And he decided to go with Betty's option of Rebel Without a Cause.
Which I'm considering that she found out about the Archie Grundy thing going on. I am very relieved that the showmakers decided not to have her say The Graduate.
But there was a reference to The Graduate.
Yes, there was Mrs. Robinson. So, we'll give you a point, Riverdale. You do know some restraint. Some.
And the other major plot point they had going on was
who is Miss Grundy? Oh, and also
and Veronica's mother,
Hermione Lodge.
Yeah, Hermione buying up the drive-in land. She's being responsible for it closing because it's some kind of backdoor deal that her husband is making from prison.
Her husband, Hiram Lodge.
That's a very...
Make note of those initials, people. They'll be important.
Okay.
Oh boy, okay. Well, oh my god.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, good.
What have we gotten ourselves into?
But you've essentially got Veronica's mother bribing the mayor, paying off the Southside Serpents for lowering the property value on the drive-in. And first you have Cheryl seeing her talking to a Southside Serpent outside the diner, then...
Being Cheryl.
Yeah, being Cheryl. She shares that with Veronica, and Veronica's now looking for it when her mother ditches on Archie's father at the drive-in to go finish the deal with the Serpents.
Yeah, so turns out it's all a thing from behind bars, and Hiram is providing the money that they used to live comfortably, and
to live comfortably in New York, which is why they had to move from New York and move into this high-rise penthouse apartment, which is the only piece of property that is owned outright by Hermione.
And now she kind of sort of owns the drive-ins, and she's...
Well, no, she owns... She owns the drive-in land on behalf of Lodge Industries.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
And I guess it's her... It's some kind of part of some big plan to, I don't know, gentrify Riverdale, move it all upscale. I don't know.
It's hard to tell why there's a motive at all to invest in Riverdale. Since I'm becoming a little more convinced of Bradley's argument that the entire town is a psychological experiment.
Yeah.
Would not surprise.
Yeah, I mean, after Betty shit this episode, let's get into that, because we've got more Riverdale to watch. And is there anything, like, majorly outstanding we want to tackle other than Betty's psychotic stalker spree?
I don't think there was anything else major this episode.
Nope, this was kind of it.
There was the light flirting between Veronica's mother and Archie's father, which is apparently dating back to high school, but that's so far inconsequential.
So I'm a little confused on that. Slight tangent. Is Archie's father married right now?
Yes.
Okay, because I don't remember.
His wife, Archie's mother, lives in Chicago, which we find out a little bit later. It's not a huge thing. She lives in Chicago. They are separated. They are not. They are not formally divorced yet.
Okay.
All right. You know,
which
Veronica's mother is
Archie.
separated from Hiram by prison bars.
Yeah, they're separated because Hiram did a dumb thing, landed himself in jail.
And the Cooper...
like you do, I don't know.
Yeah, and the Coopers really should be separated.
Because CW, whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, so, as we mentioned in the last vlog, if you guys managed to sit through the hour of us talking, apologies, we're going to try to make that not happen again for all of our sakes.
And if you did happen to sit through the whole hour, good for you, now go have a life. Seriously, though, save yourselves.
It turns out that Geraldine Grundy is not Geraldine Grundy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, apparently...
Who saw that coming? Raise your hand.
I mean, it was spoiled for me by TV tropes, but whatever.
And by the preview from last episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so here's the story we get. And this is after Betty cyberstalks Ms. Grundy, finds that she has no online presence.
Because if you don't have a Facebook, you don't exist.
Yeah. Though there was some decently legit stuff of her LinkedIn profile only appearing.
Well, it was her entire online presence. Like she mentions Facebook and LinkedIn and like maybe some.
Yeah, and it all started like the previous year, which.
Although I'm really impressed that they went internet searching and found a newspaper obituary printed on newspaper.
Yeah, and Veronica was saying just like, oh, we went through the dark net. All you have to do is just Google it.
Because
Google does not link to the dark net.
Exactly. That's
maybe it's Elgoog.
Well, the dark you get. Well, she was being sarcastic about the dark net.
I know that, but still,
it's still pretty funny. It's just like,
well.
oh, Veronica, oh, honey.
You don't know about the dark net.
Did your personal shopping account at Barney's not cover the basics?
What?
Yeah, they said that in the episode.
Because when Hermione is listing off all the things that they had to give up, and it's like, well, did you like our family dinners at this really nice restaurant and your personal shopping account at Barney's and this and this and this? And it's like, those are just things, Mom. That was our life. It's like, okay. Okay.
Anyway, searching around, finding out that Geraldine Grundy is an old dead woman. And this lady is, what was her name again?
Jennifer Gibson.
Jennifer Gibson. I knew it was a JG.
Of course, where they find this out is breaking into her car.
Yeah, with a fucking Jimmy bar.
Which apparently Betty fixes cars with her father, so she knows how to jimmy a car open. And then once they get into the car, they find the lockbox, and
give me a bobby pin.
Yeah, Betty just turns to Veronica, and Veronica, like, she doesn't even really say anything. Veronica's just like, okay, MacGyver, and just pulls out her bobby, and Betty's just like, chick, chick, chick.
She didn't even make that reference right, because she called her Miss Guyver.
Did she?
I thought she called her MacGyver.
I heard Miss Guyver. I
heard Miss Guyver as well.
I heard MacGyver.
But then, like, Betty tries to explain how she learned how to do that in, like, by reading. She said Nancy Drew.
Bullshit.
But like, did you read Nancy Drew or did you watch Nancy Drew? Because
neither of those are instructions for picking a lock.
Because, like, I could say I learned how to pick locks by playing Skyrim.
Great minds think alike.
You see how ridiculous that sounds?
Yeah.
It's like, if I just keep hitting this button while holding down the space bar, I'm gonna pick the lock, right? No, that's not how it works. Are you sure?
See, now, I always liked Oblivion's lockpicking game better, because while it was just sensitivity for Skyrim, you actually had to push the tumblers up for Oblivion.
I mean, at least with Skyrim, you had to like maneuver 2 whole buttons and then if you lost one lockpick, it was like, oh, you're down a lockpick. You lose all the lockpicks. Oh well, no treasure for you.
Also, it's not like those pieces of lockpick that broke off like stay in there. You know, you can just jam another one in.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Because that inside the lock it has a black hole. That's how it works.
Yeah.
All right, so she opens
That's why you
it
can
and
break
what
your
does
key
she
in
find?
But we digress.
Yes.
She opens the lockbox, which, you know, isn't wrapped in anything to, you know, keep it hidden under the seat, whatever, because people apparently trust each other way too much. Betty finds a driver's license and a gun. And what does she do with that gun?
She takes the fucking gun home!
And puts it in her underwear drawer. Which her mother goes into her room and starts, like, rifling through her daughter's underwear drawer.
Well, like, she came in with a bundle of laundry to put away for Betty. And if Betty knows she does this, why would she hide anything in her clothes?
Why would she take the gun?
Yeah.
That's like...
But...
That actually, like... that actually criminally links you to a break-in.
And that means there's fingerprints on the gun.
Well, also now there will be Mrs. Cooper's fingerprints on the gun because she picks it up like this. And it's just like, if you see a gun, I don't know, take a pair of, like, your daughter's socks or something, wrap the handle of the gun in the socks, and then pick it up. Because why would you want your fingerprints on the murder weapon?
Oh.
A murder weapon. Maybe a murder weapon.
Yeah.
We don't know. Is Miss Grundy's abusive husband story actually a thing? We don't know.
Did her abusive husband story end differently than she suggested?
We don't know.
Will we see Miss Grundy again?
We don't know.
Roxy does.
Spoiler alert, just call me Dr. Riversong.
There is also the issue with Betty's mother that once she finds the gun, she immediately goes to the desk and
reads her diary.
Yeah, which in this household, I don't know why you would keep a diary.
Or why you wouldn't, like, I don't know, buy a diary with a lock on it and then keep the key to the diary, like, on your person.
Honestly,
because those locks will fall apart if you open a pair of pliers between them.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised if Mrs. Cooper has just some acid lying around to dissolve any locks that her daughter might have.
We do find something out about her later.
Oh.
That may make that plausible.
Did she dissolve a body in acid?
I'm not telling you another goddamn thing. You gotta watch Riverdale.
Look, I've seen 10 Cloverfield Lane. I know what it looks like when bodies dissolve. Okay, I know what mannequins look like when they dissolve in acid, but still.
I was gonna say, I sure hope you don't know what a real body looks like when it dissolves in acid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes!
so Mrs. Cooper grabs Betty, grabs Archie's father, and brings them to confront Archie and Miss Grundy.
And what happened to the gun again? I forget.
Oh, she just stuck it on the landing next to the door before they left.
Because that's not going to implicate anybody.
God. That's not going to confuse the hell out of your husband when he gets home.
Jesus Christ.
Honey, why is there a gun?
These fucking people.
Honey?
Honey, what's the real reason why you locked Polly away? I mean, what?
Is Polly coming down from the farm upstate anytime soon?
Gosh, Colin, I don't know. Maybe you should watch more Riverdale.
We're gonna get through this first, and then we'll get to it.
So for the confrontation, they confront Miss Grundy and Archie. It's very clear that Betty's mother is more after Archie than Miss Grundy.
Yeah.
But somehow she still insists on ruining Miss Grundy to see justice done.
Oh my fucking god.
It's just a personal vendetta, honey. Don't try and sugarcoat this shit.
Yeah, nobody in there is confused about the fact that this is a personal vendetta. Possible exception of Miss Grundy.
Why did they invent this character? Just, why do writers find it in themselves to invent the most reprehensible people ever and expect us to sympathize with them?
I will say that later, certain events unfold that make us kind of feel sorry for Alice Cooper.
Wait,
okay,
what?
River.
Wait, hold the fucking phone. Her name is Alice Cooper?
They already said that.
They've said her name. Did you miss that in the entire conversation with Archie's dad?
He only
Archie's
ever calls
dad,
her Alice.
Fred Andrews, when he opens the door, he's like, "Hi, Alice. What are you doing here?"
I guess he didn't put it to... Her name is Alice Cooper. Like the fucking metal... Alice... Excuse me a moment.
Colin needs to go scream in the bathroom.
At least it's not on the pillow this time?
Yes, I'm not screaming into a pillow this time.
Okay, somebody's going to have to explain this one to me because...
What?
What?
Oh, I don't really know.
Okay, you're going to have to explain this one to me, Colin.
Explain, Colin.
Alice Cooper is a metal musician. Like, I don't know if that's his name or the name of his band, but no, there's a guy called Alice Cooper, and he's a singer.
Yes.
Speaking of metal bands, I saw a meme today that likened metal bands to draconic poetry. It was rather beautiful.
Yeah, but oh my god, it's the fucking what was the biology teacher? It's the fucking biology teacher all over again.
Mr. Phylum.
Oh, fucking A. You got this show. I think it's so clever. Alice Cooper. I don't have words.
Given the background, we learn about her later.
Oh, is she a metal stuff? Does she have piercings all the way down to her toes? Did she invent the electric guitar?
Gosh, Colin, I don't know. Maybe you should watch this video.
I swear to God, if she's like the actual Alice Cooper musician undergone a sex change and somehow able to birth, if that's the fucking twist, I just don't you fucking dare! Don't you fucking dare imply that that's a possibility! Don't do that to me.
I am implying nothing.
Your silence says everything.
My silence can say many things, Colin.
Yeah.
Many things.
Anyways,
You guys are gonna have to take it from here.
So
Alice Cooper killed me.
That's pretty much the totality of that.
Pretty much this
Yeah.
episode. I think
there was one brief moment before the confrontation. Archie gave Miss Grundy a gift. A parting gift as...
A see you in the hallways gift.
See you in the hallways gift, but it ended up being parting.
He gives her a lovely bow because she's a violinist. And it's lovely. And she's like, oh my gosh, this is way too expensive. Apparently he sold one of his guitars. But we've only ever seen him with one guitar. So which one of his guitars did he sell? Because later we see him with a guitar. So...
Presumably the one he didn't sell.
But we only ever see him with one guitar.
Maybe he had a vintage guitar lying around, or his dad did. I know my dad does. But for the closing scene for this arc, for this plot line, we have Betty going back to writing in her diary, which she knows her mother has violated now.
I think it's a different diary. I thought it was a different
It definitely looked like a new one, but I'm not sure that it's any better.
Maybe
Dear diary, I know my mother has violated you, so I'm changing you out for a new one.
It's like
Because that's safer.
My brain went places, sorry. But yes, the very last scene, Jughead spray paints the side of the drive-in movie theater because it's going to be going down anyway, because Lodge Industries owns it now. Hey. He's spray painting Jughead was here with his iconic crown on the side of the building.
Jughead Jones was here, but yes.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
And he's leaving, and he turns around, and the man Hermione Lodge was meeting with to pay off the serpents earlier walks up behind him and, starts giving him this, life moves on speech and says, but what are you going to do now, Jug? And he goes, or he's like, where are you going to sleep now, Jug? And Jughead goes, I don't know, Dad. I'll figure it out. And just walks away as the camera zooms out to show his entire profile as he's walking away. And then it's like, okay.
And that was the end of the episode.
Yes. We find out, surprise, Jughead's related to the Southside Serpents. And
literally.
Surprise! Things are going to happen next episode. I wonder what they're going to be.
I guess
Colin
will have to watch more Riverdale.
Gosh, Colin, looks like we're going to have to watch another episode of Riverdale.
Alice fucking Cooper! Alice fucking Cooper!
We'll see if he's still like this after another episode.